Life, politics, society, you know. Oh, maybe we can do one on rent, just a little rent. Are you ready? Good evening, people. My name's Shaniqua, and we're about to hit the streets in East London to find out what people think about paying rent. I'm back in Shadwell. I'm with Tasha, and Tasha has got some issues she would like to get across about rent. What is pissing you off?
What is pissing me off is rent is going up at an awful rate. So if you are on a low wage or you're single and you've got children, it's really hard to keep up with the rent. Then you sort of build up arrears because it's going up every year, and then you can't get yourself out of rent arrears. So all the time, I think I've already been to court last year, July, eviction notice. So it's just constant pressure for us. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just difficult to afford the rent at the moment.
As well as other costs.
Other costs, electric, food. I mean, most people now, I think I am, mainly paying rent, a little bit of council tax and food. That's all that can be managed at the moment, because we don't want to lose our home, because we've got our kids. Once we've been chucked out of our homes, I'm with a housing association, the council have no obligation to help you, because they see it as you're made yourself intentionally homeless because you didn't pay your rent.
Right. So would you say anyone around your area, do you live in Shadwell, is anyone being pushed out of London? Have you seen any families having to move out?
Families are being pushed out of London once they lose their properties. They're saying the only help we can give you is in Barking and Dagenham, near the sea. And a lot of people who are going on the list now got children or maybe single with, you know, a partner. They're saying, we've got no properties in London now, we want to move you out. So they just want this for the rich area. All people from the city living here can pay high rents and push us out to Barking and all the other countryside places where there's literally nothing, and we can all be poor together and starve out of London, out of sight, you know?
So sorry to hear about that. So I'm here with Melvin, and Melvin, what issues do you have about rent in Leeds? In London, sorry.
Well, Leeds is a long way from London, but the rent in London is ridiculous. It's too much for what you get. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. The rent is just too much. Sometimes it's like a 3 bedroom is like, you know, you come home and you go to work all week and then you come home, you got nothing left, you know.
So that was my boy Melvin, yeah. We just met him at the bus stop and he was talking about how Hackney Council rip him off, blood.
This yell too high. This high every week. 45 pounds I pay, too high.
Too much money,
yeah, too much money. This I give me 2 weeks, 250. I council tax, and rent, and something light, and gas. The no mother, no food. Water. Children. The something my children go to shopping. I don't know, please. No money. Yeah.
Not happy.
Too high.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're just going to talk about rent in London.
It's extortionate. You have to pay a fortune to live in a cardboard box, but we do. But there's lots of things that the council do that are pretty good. Like, I was just talking to one of the train workers over in Shadwell Station, and they said that they basically got 75% off their house, and so they net pet for a 3-bedroom house in, I think it was Poplar, they get it for, his rent is £220 a month.
Wow, that's so good.
So good. So it's kind of swings around about. So it depends where you live. It depends what your situation.
Really, really high, the rent prices. I mean, I'm okay because I'm only paying £300 a month in central London, but we sublet, so it's cool. But yeah, in general though, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm from Manchester. What I pay for a flat here, or was paying for a flat, I could get a nice central London, nice central Manchester like apartment, all brand new, for less, much less. So yeah. Ridiculous.
Thank you, Hassan. Safe.
Being able to kind of feel like we're secure in where we live without the threat of being evicted or landlords arbitrarily increasing rent. So I mean, tied to that is like rent controls, but it's about making your rented place like an actual home as well. Being able to do things like improvements without seeking landlord consent. All these things are like a homeowner can expect to do no problems, and yet if you're a private renter, you're just basically at the whim of the landlord, and whatever they say goes. So for instance, in our flat, like the kitchen is kind of too small. We want to put some shelves up, just like increase the space. And he's gone, well, you can't, like just flat out refuse with no explanation. It's all stuff like this is kind of like, it's like landlords treat their properties as their own personal fiefdom. We ought to change that.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon. That was Simon, yo.
Full amount of rent to pay as well. You know, you could be in a 2-bedroom and you're paying sort of 1,400 for that.
Do you see yourself still living in this area in the next 5 years?
I will, because I feel like I was born and bred in East London. I'm going to kill to make sure I stay in East London. I'm not moving.
Good, good, good.